Dogs are an animal that almost everyone loves, but what makes them even better is when they're trained specifically to help people in need of an assisting companion. After researching fostering a service dog since October 2024 and going to the facility's training, I can say I have an adequate amount of knowledge on the topic. The 2023 website titled The Importance of Training Service Dog in Public Environments by Retrieving Freedom says as their opening statement, service dogs play an essential role in assisting individuals with disabilities. Their importance can't be overstated. Fostering a service dog affects the community in a number of ways, and without volunteers to help foster and train these dogs in the public, people in need are left without a companion. In just the next few minutes, you will learn just how necessary it is for the community to help service dog organizations. This will be explained through 3 main points. The importance and need for service dogs are growing rapidly, making the act of fostering and training these dogs important and needed. If you live in the Waterloo-Waverly area, you may take Highway 3 often and drive by the Retrieving Freedom facility. But what really is Retrieving Freedom? Retrieving Freedom is a nonprofit organization that has locations in Iowa and Missouri. And their location in Iowa is located right here in between Waverly and Shell Rock. The website titled The Importance of Training Service Dogs in Public Environments by Retrieving Freedom includes their mission statement, which is to change lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism. SDA's 2024 article titled 10 Reasons You Should Volunteer talks about how volunteering can help transform lives and it helps the community. In order for Retrieving Freedom to achieve their mission, they need the help of the community and volunteers to help work with the dogs outside the facility's training. The process for training service dogs is a long process, and it can be hard to see where volunteers would come into play. Volunteers come into play because, similar to humans, dogs need socialization too. In Forever's 2025 blog titled Sit, Stay, Foster, it states that fostering is so important because of the socialization factor. The dogs need to be able to be in countless different settings and exposed to all different people, as well as different experiences. When training service dog, Retrieving Freedom completes it in 3 different phases, where volunteers play a part in all 3 phases. The first phase is the puppy phase. Hensel's article, The Vital Role of Volunteers in Training Service Dog, it mentions that the first step in training a service dog begins at just 8 weeks old. This ensures that the puppies immediately start getting socialized in many environments and comfortable with those environments and people. The puppies spend 6 to 10 months with the family going everywhere they go to introduce them to all different types of events and people, and they start to learn and apply their basic training, like sit, down, and place. While the first phase does not work for everyone to volunteer for because it's long-term and 24/7 work, the second phase is more flexible for families. The second phase is where my family volunteers because it's what works for us. When we are available on the weekend, we choose to have a foster dog. Here, take him. Place. This is one of the dogs from Retrieving Freedom that we help with on the weekend. Wherever we go on the weekend, our foster dog comes with us. He has been places like church, 4-H meetings, restaurants, work, and my school events, to just name a few. All these locations have different environments, which is exactly what they want for the dogs. It's important to have a variety of weekend fosters because every family has different schedules, which helps the dog get a variety of training so they can be ready for the next phase. Then during the week, they are back at the facility working with the trainers.
Here.
The third and last stage is where they get paired with their person to work on specific tasks that the person may need help with. There's no direct volunteering for this stage, but all the volunteering that was done in phases 1 and 2 is what gets the dog to this spot. It's because of the volunteers and trainers that the dogs are able to make it to the end. Based on certain characteristics, the dog will be placed with a veteran in need of a companion or a child with autism. Those are the 2 groups of people that Retrieving Freedom works specifically to get their dogs trained for. Pinkston's article titled How Service Dogs Benefit and Impact Veterans' Well-Being, published in 2024, says that forming a bond with a service dog rises above companionship, and the dog becomes a source of emotional support and provides healing. This essential bond is possible because of people in the community volunteering at service dog facility locations. Now you know what you can do to help with service dogs, but you may wonder why you should volunteer. In order to help as many veterans and children with autism as possible, it is necessary to have volunteers to help the trainers get the dogs ready. As I mentioned before, the change in environment and people help the dogs as much as possible, so they know how to behave when they're with their veteran or child. Holman's 2024 blog titled 5 Reasons Why Having a Service Dog Can Make a Difference, it states, "Service dogs can help you live your life to the fullest and maintain independence." Service dogs are another chance for veterans and autistic children. They help get their life back and are able to hold on to that independence they may have felt like they lost. It is also an alternative for them rather than a form of therapy or medicine. Lastly, it is one small gesture that can impact hundreds. It helps the recipient of the service dog, the family of the recipient, and the hardworking trainers. In Foster's 2023 article titled Service Dogs UK, it says that helping train service dogs is an extraordinary opportunity to make a meaningful difference in the lives of veterans with PTSD and children with autism. In summary, the act of fostering service dog goes a long way and is important for various reasons. Fostering service dogs is an act that will not go unnoticed. It is a domino effect in the people it helps. From the professional trainers to the families of where the dog is placed, and of course to the person who received the service dogs, fostering a service dog for 6 months, for the weekend, or volunteering in your free time all goes to the goal of building this act of service so it can impact more people's lives. Therefore, I encourage you to reach out to a nearby location where service dogs are trained to see what you can do to help. In the 2019 article titled Service Dogs Benefit the Well-Being of Their Handlers by Purdue University, it says their College of Veterinary Medicine shows service dogs have positive effects on the health and well-being of those with physical disabilities. Completing the act of volunteering is beneficial to families around the world, so whether it's through donations or volunteering, your help is needed for this great cause of changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disability and children with autism.